Good afternoon, everybody in the chat already. Mav, Woolsack, Brian, Hot Dog, Moneybrook, Ian. Hello, SJ is in. Good afternoon, everyone. We are at a disused station. How interesting is this going to be? Well, I've already scoped out the area. Thanks, Andy, for the stream. Looking forward to seeing you if you can hopefully make it to Model Rail Crew. But anyway, we're not talking Model Rail Crew today. We're on a disused station. And if you've seen the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about the Biddulph and Valley line. This is actually going to be rather good. There's a lot more here to see than I actually thought there was going to be. Watch out for the disused trains then, Jason. Cheers, Mav. Dundas is in. Good afternoon to you. James, good afternoon. Simon's in. Outstanding in his field. Thank you, Simon. I'm not so as outstanding as yourself, but I do come prepared with plenty of blurb to talk to you about this line, and it is rather interesting. So I'm currently just sat off the side of where the line would be. This is where the line was. This is now called the Biddulph Valley Walk. It's on the old line track bed, which stretches for quite a lot of miles. The direction you're looking in at the moment is towards Congleton. I was going to walk a bit further, but just down there, the road does actually cross the line. And we'll go to another area in a moment. So let's turn around. The view is around here is spectacular. Let's just peek you through this little footpath at the side of the walk area, and the view around here is amazing. You see for miles. We are obviously in a valley, the Biddulph Valley. That's where I started up. Just sat there. It's heavily used by cyclists and walkers. As you see, we've got a couple of cyclists passing by. And I tell you what, if I had a bike, I'd definitely be riding along here today. But we're going to be heading this way towards Biddulph Station. And say I've got plenty of blurb to talk to you about. So before I do get talking about that, I'm just going to start walking down here while we get people in. Please do hit the thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, then please do. Let's have a look who's in the chat. Everyone's laughing at each other. What a wonderful place this is. Now, the reason why I've come at least this far down before starting is because, as you can see, that is a wide area there. As we progress down here, you'll see that it turns into a cutting. And I actually did not realise, looking from Google, actually how deep this cutting is. And you'll see it for yourself. You can see the residential properties at the side there already beginning to rise. Now, there's lots of information, lots of facts to tell you about this. I'll leave it till we can sit down and chat to tell you all about it. Now, there is another reason why I've come this far down, because I'm not actually in Biddulph. This section here is not actually Biddulph. It's actually another area at the side of Biddulph. And I'll explain that shortly. Summer breeze in, John and Holly. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Some more cyclists coming down, singing away to themselves. it is rather warm. I have come with my coat on because it was quite cool where I was, thinking it might be still cool up here, but it's not. I'm sweltering. So you can already see the houses on both sides, residential areas on both sides, already rising up as we get deeper into this cutting. And we come across a bridge. There's a young lady stood underneath the bridge at the moment. Dara in, hello Dara. Locomotive shed. There is a bench just a little further, so we'll go up to that bench. I'll just pause so you can have a look at this bridge. Now, from what I can see, the top of the bridge has been restored. It's been replaced, but the original brickwork does exist.
And then you can, and then go left, and then go right.
Echo. So I'll just, before I get to that bench, you can just see in the distance, I'll just turn around and give you a view of this bridge. So that gives you an idea now of actually how high the embankments at the side are, that we're now in the cutting. That is a road bridge, by the way. The road does pass over there. So yeah, it's quite high already. There is a bit of waterway at the side. Mick, we need a nap. Jason has pulled. Oh, shut up. Mick needs a cold shower, apparently. So we'll take a break before we proceed, and I'll give you the first set part of my information that I've come by regarding this disused line and railway station. So we've got a couple of people coming down this track here, so let's just sit down and let them pass before we continue.
You can't even put different shots on it.
Can someone give me a piggyback, please? I'm not used to walking this far yet, says Mav. Dara, we live beside the disused Harcourt railway line in Dublin during my visit last year in Ireland. Wonderful station building. Well, we're going to go further along and we'll show you something rather exciting. Right, so I've got my blurb. Here we go. So Biddulph railway station was a railway station opened by the North Staffordshire Railway in 1864. Originally named Gillow Heath. Now that's one of the reasons why I've come this far down, because where that bridge is, this area, this residential area here on this side of the line, is actually Gillow Heath. Oh, there's a Mr. Whippy ice cream van up there. That is actually Gillow Heath, and that's why the station was called originally Gillow Heath. The station was renamed to Biddulph on the 1st of May 1897, and the station was on the Biddulph Valley line, which is what we're on now, currently sat at. And it ran from the junction just north of Congleton on the Stoke to Macclesfield line to the junction south of Stoke-on-Trent station. So it didn't actually go to the north and then carry on down south. It actually did a 180 just south of Stoke station and turned back northbound into Stoke station. Passenger traffic was withdrawn from the station on the 11th of July 1927, but freight traffic did continue until the 5th of October 1964. Now, I do have a lovely picture of what it used to look like just there, 1962. Take note of that building where the semaphore signal is. Take very good note of that, and also the level crossing. Remember that. So, moving on now. So, the railway station obviously is featured on a line, and that line is visible here. If anyone wants to hold that there so you can look. The light peachy pink colour is this line, and you can see Biddulph just there, okay? And you can see where it curved at the bottom at Fenton Manor. Now I do know where that line is at Fenton Manor, and in a future video I do intend to pay that a visit. So we'll look out for a further visit, and we'll also see if we can find Fenton Manor Tunnel. So that's coming up in a future video, all being well. So we're on the Biddulph Valley line. It was a double track line that ran from Stoke-on-Trent to Brunswick Wharf in Congleton. The line was named after the town of the same name, as it ran via the Staffordshire moorlands and covered areas of East Staffordshire and Cheshire. So on the line, stations and halts, there were the line was connected to the same line as the Leek Brook to Stoke line as well, which is just there. You can just see that spur off just there. Okay. No problem, Mav, but I'm reading it out anyway. It's because signal in this cutting might be a little bit of a struggle, but it will get better. There's 5G around here as we get out of the cutting. But I will post these images, or if you wish to, you can find this information for yourself on Wikipedia. So a huge thank you to Wikipedia for this information. Right, so opening. The Biddulph Valley line was authorised by the Act of Parliament on the 24th of July 1854 with a budget of £190,000. It was promoted heavily by the owners of the local collieries, including brothers James Bainton and John Bainton, and the Mayor of Congleton. Construction of the line began on the 27th of April 1858 and was built by the North Staffordshire Railway, who were responsible for the opening of other lines also in the surrounding areas of Staffordshire. The line opened in sections to mineral traffic, with the first part opening to Childerplay. Following another Act of Parliament in 1959, the remaining 4.5 miles of track were laid for mineral traffic, with an additional £35,000 opening in 1960. So I'll catch up with the chat in a moment, and then we'll get up and we'll take a walk further up the valley. Stations opening along the line in 1864, the stations at Ford Green and Smallthorne, Blackbull and Biddulph, all open on the same day, 1st of June 1864. Subsequently, halts at Chell, Knipersley and Mosley opened between 1890 and 1919. Passenger services ran from Stoke to Congleton, involving a reversal of direction at Congleton Junction, where the Biddulph Valley line met the main line between Manchester and Congleton. The line was also linked to the Stoke-Leek line, which ran to Leek and connected to the same junction as the Churnet Valley line, which ran between Uttoxeter and Macclesfield, and the Waterhouse branch. The stations along the line did unfortunately close to passengers in 1927 due to low usage, while the halts closed earlier between 1923 and 27. Freight traffic, mainly coal, did continue, but closure came in stages. Congleton Upper Junction to Congleton Lower Junction closed on the 1st of December 1963. All long distance traffic from then had to go from the Brunswick Wharf in Congleton, had to then go via Stoke, presumably via Crewe as well. Brunswick Wharf to Heath Junction followed on the 15th of January 1969, and then Heath Junction to Ford Green when rail traffic ceased at Victoria Colliery in January 1976. The last section from Ford Green to Milton Junction was taken out of use on the closure of Norton Colliery in June 1977. Now, this is something that I found quite interesting. In 1952, a special passenger train ran from Crewe along 4 of the closed North Staffordshire railway lines, which actually included this line, the Biddulph Valley line. All stations, with the exception of Biddulph, were demolished after closure. The track was lifted from Bucknell and northward to the junction near Congleton, which then became the Valley Walk, Biddulph Valley Walk. Present day then, the line from Stoke-on-Trent to Bucknell and northward remained in use for stone traffic to and from Oakmoor and Calden, where it served the sand sidings and quarries. Subsequently, though, the line was mothballed in 1988 as a result of this traffic stopping. The line from Fort Green and Smallthorne to Mosley via Biddulph now forms the Biddulph Valley Way and is used by cyclists and walkers. It follows the course of the entire line. So there you go. There's some blurb for you. So now, if you make a note, if you notice, if I ask you to make a visual note of that station building, and if you listen to what I said, the only station building that remains of this entire line is in Biddulph, and that is where we're going now. Churnet Valley is well worth a visit, says Andy. Yes, I've not been there. It's one place I do want to visit. Just having a look at the chat now. So apologies if the camera's jumping up and down. It is on a tripod in my hand. Coffee or the weather, Simon? Mike Rathenbarther was born in 1866, says James. Wow. So Simon, have you actually, I know you do a lot of historical lines and stuff, have you actually been on this yourself? Or is this new to you? James is getting off, he says. Thank you, James. You're going to miss the highlight of the stream. Still haven't been to Churnet Valley, says Simon. Never heard of this place, says Finnerton. No, I haven't. Right, so this is all new for you. So, as you can see, we've actually got another bridge. It's actually a footbridge, this one. Not sure if it's anything to do with the original line or whether it was just built in the past. But it does remind me of the East Midlands Railway. When I was there was a footbridge over that line when I travelled on it. Almost identical to this. So, quite possibly this did actually feature when the original line was here. Let's carry on. Only a short distance to go now. Just beyond that arch of trees is the highlight of today. The highlight of this line. It's a lovely walk. It's a very comfortable walk. So this was a double track. So we had a northbound and southbound track on here. I'll just take these young children out of this. I don't want to. And as you see, obviously we've got the cutting. We're now rising up out of that cutting. It is actually, we're on an incline. We are on an incline. So as if it was cut out of the scenery for the line to pass under those bridges, I suppose, because it's not flat. It does travel up and down. We'll look at the chat. Churnet has S160s running. So Simon, if you ever get the opportunity, I know you like to do your walks with G Loves Trains, and I think she's from the Manchester area. I'm not sure exactly where she's from. Maybe something for you both to do, or maybe G Loves Trains would like to do it. Actually walk this entire line. Something I would like to do, but my God, I'd be worn out. It would take a whole day, I think. I think the entire line is 10.5 miles from all the way from Congleton to Stoke-on-Trent. This valley part of the line being, I think, 4.5 miles. So, did you take note of that picture? I'm going to see if I can actually stand in the exact same spot that picture was taken. Let me just get my paperwork back out. Oops, sorry. Right. So, there's the original picture. Let's see if we can replicate that. There you go, it's still here. It is a private residential property now, so I can't go nosying around it, unfortunately. But we can go past because there's something very special to see. This was just here where these cars are parked. It is actually the station car park, and it is still called Station Car Park, or Old Station Car Park, should I say. So there you go. There is the only remaining station building on this line, still to this day. Fully restored, looks as good as the day it was built. Featuring, I would say, 95% of the original brickwork too. So let's cross the line. This was obviously a level crossing with gates. Now, still got gates, but not train gates. Not level crossing gates. Let's go for a walk across the level crossing then, as the walk does continue. For those of you who know walks and you know what you're looking for, there we go. National Cycle Network, route number 55. But what have we got down there? Can anyone spot what I see? Well, there's actually a horse coming down as well. Just spotted a horse. So we'll just have a look at the architecture of this building. It's still got the wooden eave and the spires on the top, which are made of wood. Still survive to this day. But here we go. Look what we've got here. We still have the original platform on this side. The original platform still exists. And I couldn't believe it when I walked up here earlier and found that this still remained. Fascinating this was. And I can tell you now, they don't make them like they used to, put it that way. So let's see how far that platform is visible. It goes, let's see if it's got past these bushes. The end of the platform is there. Just in there. That's the end of the platform. It actually is platform edge there. Incredible how they've retained this piece of historical architecture, I'd say. Costs too much money to pull them out. Right, we're just gonna go quiet for a moment and let this horse pass. I'm just gonna step back to let this horse pass. So if anyone likes horses, Grace, Gigi. Beautiful horse. And we'll look back at the crossing. It carries on down the line, so you can see from here, you can see where the two tracks would have crossed. We actually stood, I'll see if I'm going to stand between the tracks. So it would have probably, roughly where this post is, would have been the centre of the tracks. Given enough space from that platform edge to there. And no platform on that side. Obviously the residential property, which was the station building, is there. It still sees horsepower, yay! Yeah, I love little surprises like this. I could not believe my eyes when I found that the station platform still remains to this day. Quite a long platform. Say, we're not even halfway along now. So roughly where that tree is, just beyond that tree. And for the age, this is still in really good condition. Exceptionally, just shows how the quality of how things were made. Now I did notice this. You can just see here the tactile top, which is that. There is a section of it up there which someone's placed. Now I'm wondering where that's from. Whether it's taken from the end of this platform edge, or it would have been the other platform on that side. Now just looking actually, now the land does rise up to that garden there, so it makes me wonder if that's the height of the original platform. I can't see any original platform edge on this side. Can you see anything through this tree? No. So it looks like all evidence of the platform on that side is gone. So just panning you back to the original platform. So quite possibly that section is originally from off the end of there. Now I'm assuming, but I don't know without proof, that this platform did actually stretch much further down there. Yeah, this has been altered. As you can see, the edging here, it has been moved back. It's been stepped to match, to form the edge. Look at that. How solid that is. Interesting to see. So that would have been poured concrete, that would have been. And just looking here, you can see where that did carry on. Yeah, it did. It's still, there's the hump there. It just kind of stops. So it might have stopped there. We'll see if there's anything more. Look at that. Oh, I've just spotted something. Restored in 2023 by Biddulph Town Council with support from the Moorlands Partnership Board. Well done. There you go. So it has been restored only a couple of years ago. But look at that. That is spectacular. That's a good screen grab, that is. Well, let's see if I can take a picture of that. Can I? No. Create a highlight? No, I don't want to do that. Wow. fascinating. So we're just going to carry on just a little further. We won't go too far. Oh, horse has left a few deposits. Just while we're here, we'll have a look at what this bike is about. Yeah, a knitted bike. Obviously not knitted, it's knitted around the bike. That's awesome, that is. Chain reaction. Anyone wants to try and get that QR code, find out what it's about. Recycle, ride, revive, pedalling for a greener future for the moorlands. That's fascinating. Well done. That looks really good. Pedals as well. Even the cables have had knitted rings put on them. Chuck Schreiber, thank you. Possibly it's from the side where the garden is. Yes, I do think that is quite. It does look like the other platform they tossed it onto the other side. Yeah, quite possibly. But you can see actually, now I'm stood here, if I just kneel down and you look through, see if there's a way of looking through, you can see the height of that fence. I can't really see it through that fence panel. There you go. You can see now the height difference along here to there. So yeah, this I think was the platform. This fence is sat on the top of the platform edge on this side. Another fascinating view. Let's just have a peer through here. Ooh. We do have a stream down there. There is a stream down there. Deep down in that valley. Ooh. Ooh, I'm falling over here now. The views old are amazing. In fact, this is still quite raised here, so you could have go knock on the door and ask. No. That's quite a drop down there. Quite a drop indeed. I'd say 20 feet, 30 feet down there. We'll just take a little bit of a walk then up here, not too far, and have a look back towards what was the station. Obviously this carries on all the way to Fenton, Stoke-on-Trent. So it gives you an idea. Mav, has this, if anyone can, has the signal improved, by the way? For those that have headed off, thank you so much for being here. We've smashed that thumbs up. We'll just be on for a little bit longer. You see, back in the day, none of this residential property would have been here. Probably would have been sidings, siding, warehouse possibly. I've seen some warehouses just around the corner. Granary a little bit, but does look okay. I'm trying to not to pan too quickly. Signal is showing to me 4G plus to 5G at times, which is surprising really, because it's got a better mobile network here than I have at home in the heart of Crewe. So let's carry on just a little bit, not too far. See if there's any little treasures that we might be able to find along here. You've missed all the convo. Make sure you're on live chat, Mav, and not top chat. Now, I think I can see an information sign just where that lady and gentleman are with walking the dog. So we'll go as far as there, and then we'll make our way back to the station itself. And there's one thing I just want to work out when we get back, is whereabouts on that picture was that semaphore signal. See if there's any remnants of its location. It's actually, just so you're aware, we actually are still rising up. So we come out of that cutting, that valley bit, the other side of the road, and we're still rising up. Wow, the view. Imagine chugging along here. The steam engine. Oh, it's just another sign saying about the route, cycle route. Looks like there used to be something else on there in the past as well, but yeah, chugging along here in a passenger train. Yeah, very possible, probably. There's lots hidden away underneath the undergrowth. But at the same time, when the track was lifted, etc., a lot of it would have been, see, this would have been one side here, and the other track would actually be here in this, so they would have cleared one side for the new walkway and dumped it where the other line would have been. But something you might never have noticed, these trees have obviously been here for a long time, but you'll notice the arc of the tree, because trees you see on road networks, they grow to the shape of what's passing underneath them. So this tree here has grown in an arc shape over the line. So when you're next out in your car and you're going down a wooded road, just look. Mic off, no sound. No, I've got sound. Has everyone else got sound? You want to go grappling in the undergrowth. Sound is fine, Andy. Everyone else has got sound. So I am looking around to see whether I can see anything to look at that's railway related, that's hidden. I am definitely not going into that undergrowth. Lots of stingy nettles. We've got a push bike coming past us, so I'll just step out of the way. More deposits. Sycamore tree, I think. Love the sounds. You can see how busy this is. It's a lot of people using this, which is fantastic. It's still got passenger traffic to this day. Just have another look at the side. See if there's anything left of the other platform. I really don't think we're going to have any joy, but you never know. See if we can get in here. I'm getting in amongst the undergrowth. Yeah. Oh, there is. Look, here. This is brickwork. Ouch. That is brickwork there from the platform top. The same brickwork which is on the other one. So yeah, this fence is definitely sitting on the top of this platform. Let's make my way back without falling over it. So yeah, that brickwork you saw is the same bricks. So quite possibly then they are part of the other side. It's a pity they're so heavy. I'd love to have taken a piece of that home with me, but no, better leave it there. Lazy workman. Fantastic. This is the jewel in the crown on there, that this building still remains with its own wooden architrave around it and the spires on the top. So I'm going to just let's just step to the side. This is the road. This is Hall's Road, which crosses the track, or what was the track. Let's have a look then. So, interesting. So there is another building. Is it still there? Just beyond there, or whether that is actually it. There was another building, as you can see in the picture. See it there? Now, that signal looks like it was in line with the end of that building. Let's see if there's anything there. So, that looks like it was here. Right here. Let's see if there's anything. I wonder if that's why that fence is wrapped round it. There's like a box, just of fencing here. Let's see if there's any remnants of it. I really can't see anything. It's too badly overgrown and I've got nothing to move it to the side. It does look like in the picture it was at the end of the building. Unless it was here. Nothing I can see. Scream at me if you can see something. I can't, unfortunately. But yeah, it was there. Yeah, just looking at that picture again. I know the picture's at an angle, so it may have been slightly forward actually. It may have been here. No. Oh no! I thought it was getting excited, and I thought I'd found something. It's not. It's the base. No, nothing there, I'm afraid. So, one last look at the premises. Comparing. Let's go across the road. Ooh. see there. This is oh, you can't see it actually. Let's go a bit closer. Marsh Green Road, half a mile, so that will be where down here amongst the undergrowth. That must have been the other road that I saw that crossed over Marsh Green Road. So, one last look then. Biddulph. Used to look like that. Now that. There we go. Right then, ladies and gents, would you like that to be the... that's what his name was that I quoted, couldn't remember for the life of me. Would you like me to carry on with the stream and show you my walk back, or should we bring it to an end there? Take a comparison picture. I don't know. Let me see if this is picture. Nope, that turns video off. Highlight. No. You used to be able to take a picture while you were on your live stream, but you don't seem to be able to do it anymore. If anyone wants to screen grab that, they are more than welcome. Timber, you've missed all the fun. Exciting finds at Biddulph Station on the Biddulph Valley line, which is now the Biddulph Valley Walk. So, yeah, we've been all the way down there and all the way up there. This is Biddulph Station. No problem. No problem. You can always watch back. So, time for me to get my trek back to the leisure centre. Thank you everybody. Thank you Marv, that's fantastic. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I hope this has been of interest for you, and we will do more of these in the future. As I said, look out for Fenton Manor video, which is the end of this line. I will be taking a look at that hopefully in a couple of months' time, I think it will be. End of July, I think it is. At the beginning of July. Done the Wirral Walk when a lad, very similar. Beautiful. Scenery is fantastic. The walk is very nice. Take care, everyone. I'm going to leave it just there and have a nice leisurely walk back. Thank you all for tuning in. Remember, hit that thumbs up, the like button, and if you aren't already, please do subscribe. It's free. Until next time, take very good care of yourself, stay safe, stay well, and keep on modelling. Ta-ra! I didn't go stand on the platform, so Sparky, yellow Sparky, go on then. We'll finish off with that then. Let's go and wait for a train on the platform. Find somewhere to step over. There we go. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and keep on modelling. Ta-ra from Biddulph Station.